The next thing that I want to share, and this is for me, but I happen to have done the research, and I would urge everybody to get your own knowledge and do your own research. But through the research that I have gathered throughout this time, and I got this pretty much earlier on, and it was on my mind somehow, on my heart, that I needed to stop eating nitrates. And I used to anybody that knows me would know that I would, in a quick snack, get me a hamburger. And not a hamburger, Lord. I would get me a hot dog. And I would take the hot dog and wrap it in some aluminum foil and cook that in a toaster oven until it was juicy, and then get it out and put some mustard on it and a bun and eat that till my toes curl. Big hot dog eater. Big, big, big meat eater, because I was told that eating steak and stuff was the best way to build your quickest way and best way to build your iron up. So I was getting in a lot of nitrates. And that a nitrate is a preservative. And that, in my understanding, contributes to what causes, what encourages, what can begin the process of your cells not dying out when they're supposed to, because it is there to preserve the cells of the meat. Like, the meat doesn't rot because of the nitrates in it. And what I found out is that when we eat, we literally eat the essence of the food. Their cells work with our cells to nurture and to, support our body. So if the cell in the meat isn't dying, you know that because the meat doesn't go bad and it doesn't turn brown. When I eat those nitrates, the cells in my body, some of them aren't dying, getting that, that information or that chemical in there. So I stopped eating nitrates. And thank God, when I started out, there weren't a lot of options out there. But I tell you that Walmart, definitely Whole Foods, out here we have a Sprout, Aldi even has options for foods with no nitrates in them. I'm going to be honest, I did not like the Aldi meat with no nitrates and no preservatives. But there are options out there for that you can still consume your meat and not have nitrates in them. Okay, here is the next piece of information that I want to share through my experiences. Along with the nitrates, and there's research out there that nitrates, and they do it in lab rats, but mice and rats, they have cells too. And unfortunately for the those animals that they are tested on, but it truly gave me the information that I needed. But anyway, nitrates was one thing, but I didn't consider, which now I know, is that genetically modified foods also promote cancer. And there's plenty of research out there regarding genetically modified foods and its negative effects on the human body, and also its effects, as far as its supporting and causing of cancer. So I no longer, and that's actually, honestly, like I said, it was nothing but the blessing of my food. I stopped the no nitrates pretty early on. I even actually went to turkey bacon because it took me a minute to find it in the regular bacon, like no nitrates in the regular bacon. But as of this year, 2017, actually in December, I believe, I just stopped consuming non-genetically modified. I stopped consuming genetically modified foods. So you're talking about 5 years of just eating in ignorance. So with the genetically modified foods, first of all, there's some information on YouTube that I found. It's called Fire in the Belly, I believe. Fire in the Gut. But the genetically modified foods mess with our cells. And when we're consuming genetically modified food, corn and wheat and such, those are sent when we eat them. You say you don't get cancer from it, because everybody doesn't get cancer that eats genetically modified foods. But say you don't eat it, you eat it but you don't have it. I found out that actually is sent on to your child. So you're talking about your next generations being affected by the food that you're eating. So that's one thing that I do not eat. My son does not eat, is genetically modified foods, anything.